Oh, hi there. My name is Handyman's Mark, and I'm quite handy. In this video, we'll be transforming this bedroom into a multi-purpose gym studio. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first thing we want to do before we start making things look nice, like painting the walls, is rework some of the electricity. We also want to swap out the ceiling fan to a new lighting system, and with that we'll be able to...
I'm your fan.
Awesome. So, with the help of my biggest fan, we're going to take out the ceiling fan. Of course, before you do anything such as electricity, make sure all the power surge boxes are turned off. So in this case, we zoned out the ceiling fan, it's turned off, it's safe, we're good to go. So now we're going to go into the electrical outlet. Even though the breaker box is turned off, there's no hot wire going on, it's still potentially live. So we have this tester to make sure that this is safe to go into. So first thing we want to test is the outlet. No lights going on, great. Now we also want to test to make sure the ground wire and the hot wire is not going off, and it's not going off. So it's kind of hard to tell because everything isn't working. So come on, let's go. All right, so here, tested it, and we're gonna see that it's still live. We want to test the grounded, the hot wire, so it's going off. So here, if we want to do any work, it's not safe. There, we've turned it off, tested, good to go. Let's go. Okay, so we've removed the electricals outlet and now we have a bunch of wires. Still dangerous, so we need to make sure they're terminated with these caps. So now the wires are all terminated, they're capped off, and I just want to say thank you again to Trade Master Joe J. And you know, as they say, you can do it, we can help. First thing you want to do before you start painting is to cover up those holes. So with fillers, this is a great time to cover up any nail holes or things like that so that once you paint, it doesn't seep into those little cracks. Now, one thing you want to do before you start painting is to clean up the walls. So with the damp sponge, basically you can just wipe over the walls. The idea is to collect any dust so that when you're painting, it clings on better to the wall. Another important tip is to apply painter's tape. This makes sure that when you're painting, you paint in straight lines, especially along door frames and trimmings. Regarding electrical covers, basically you unscrew it and take it out. You save tape and it's easier to paint around. So the flooring has been decided and we've also chosen the paint. So it's time to start the paint job. Once you get an even coat over your paint roller, it's time to hit the walls. So you want to start up and go down and cover that space like that. Currently my protege, she is cutting the corners with a smaller paintbrush. That way, once the edges are covered, it's easier to paint within the lines. Quick progress update. We've done most of this wall, working on the ceiling while the protege is working on the trim. You want to see something nice? We just finished our first coat of this room, so we're going to let this all dry, come back tomorrow, do a second light coat and finishing touches. After applying a second coat and watching the paint dry, we are now done with the painting phase of this room. Next up, we just got to install new lighting, turn up the power back on, and then get ready for the next phase of the renovations. Hello there. You got the laminate. Alright, so we've allowed the house to acclimate in this room for at least 48 hours. So next thing we need to do is to strip this carpet, clean out the concrete flooring, and make sure it's ready for tomorrow as we lay it down. When you're cutting out the carpet, you want to cut down like easy strips. You don't want to grab this whole big pile. So we're going to cut this in sections so it's easier to roll out. Right now we're taking out the tack strips, so we definitely want to remove these because you don't want to poke your feet on them. Alright, the ground is all cleaned up. Get ready for cementing tomorrow and start laminating. Alright, so right now it is tomorrow. So far this morning we've laid down the cement to let it dry. We've done some precision engineering to determine how many planks we'll need. And right now is the time to use the power tools. So what we're going to do is cut down some of this length so I can fit nicely into our puzzle pieces. So let's get started. Now that we approach the side of the doors, one thing we want to take is a jam saw. It'll trim down the edges so that in the same way we have like 3/8 around. Same way that we can fit these laminates under the doors. It's gotten dark, so basically we gotta close up shop. We'll get back to this tomorrow and try to finish up the laminate flooring. See you then. So we've approached tomorrow, and now's the time to do the underlayment and preparation for the laminate flooring. So we got the black tarp as a moisture barrier to concrete, got the underlayment itself, and then laminate flooring. So shortly I'll be showing you how to install laminate flooring. So you got a demo piece here. Basically there's a female and male end, male, female. Basically you gotta do 45-degree angle. Once it snaps in, it's gonna lock in place just like that. So basically what we do here in these rows is go left to right, top to bottom. And after we've done that, we have to lock those in with a hammer tool. We're just working down row by row, working on the trims, and then once we get down to the finish, we'll show you the product. So you might notice in between the floor and the wall, I have these black spacers. Essentially, it's to account for expansion. So wood contracts and expands, but basically this is a 3/8. You can also use the depth of your laminate flooring and just account for that spacing, like so. And we're just about halfway through with the laminate flooring. Alright, so we finished the laminate flooring, but we're not done yet. We still got, these are transitions, we still got backer rods, we still got quarter rounds, so we'll be heading back to the shop, chop those things up and lay them out. In preparation for installing the quarter rounds, what we've done is made these 45-degree cuts to align these together. And especially for these returns. So what we do is for the ends of doors and things like that, we make this nice little return. And what I'm doing right now is adding liquid nails to get those tight together so that when we nail them tonight, it'll be all set. Thanks to the help of my assistant, what she's done is pre-drill the holes so that when we do the hammer to nail method, it'll be easier to drive into the quarter round. So basically, like anything, you line it up, drive it into the baseboard. Alright, so here, once you've driven to the point, you don't want to go too hard, so we'll use this little tool here to make it more precise. It's all nice and smooth, so later you just put some wood putty and then clean it up right there. So now that all the quarter rounds are nailed to the baseboards, the last thing we want to do is caulk it. So basically it makes everything nice and seamless. So basically what you do here is you run the caulk, run it along the edge of the quarter round, and your best friend to smooth it out is your finger. And just like that, it's all sealed. Alright, so we're nearly wrapping up this project, so the last thing we have to do is to install mirrors, which we've done right here. So thanks to the assistant with her minor in math, she's done her precision engineering. We've already laid down the guiding tracks right there. We've punctured some holes, and now we're doing the final touches by adding the 2 other mirrors. So my assistant and I have finished up most of it. We just got a few more final touches, but before we go, I'll give you a quick sneak peek of what we've done. There you have it, folks. We have transformed the standard carpeted bedroom into a multi-purpose gym studio. My name is Handyman's Mark. If you need help, you know who to call.
Handyman's Mark.
We'll see you next time. And cut! Man, it's so hard to stay in character. Oh, thank you. Did I do a good job?
Oh,
Oh, okay.